It wasn't Spode or Wedgwood or even Minton, but by God, it was a china cup and saucer I was drinking from at Hungry Heart Cafe. As I sipped refreshing, properly brewed orange pico from the Queen Anne cup with its blue and gray scroll pattern, I thought, this is a retro trend I can get behind. Civilized is the word that came to mind when I was served tea in that china cup. In fact, that's the general feeling I've always had when dining at Hungry Heart Cafe. Stella's Circle opened Hungry Heart Cafe on April 15, 2008. Its purpose was to provide a food service training program for clients of the organization, while at the same time generating revenue to keep the program going. Of course, head chefs changed over the years. Back in 2008, it was Kathy Jaeger who established the practical part of the program and trained the first students. These days, Carolyn Power of Epicurean Kitchen fame is full-time executive chef, responsible for the in-house restaurant, special themed dinners, and Hungry Heart Cafe's catering business. Our first appetizer was a dandy salad of farro, roasted squash, and kale, tossed in a maple Dijon vinaigrette. I'm no friend of kale, but here it had been chopped into small pieces and absorbed into the general blend. Perfect. It was the chewy texture of cooked farro grains that pleased me most. Diced butternut squash was firm enough to maintain its shape and add some color. Squash and vinaigrette helped create the salad's memorable, tangy, sweet flavor profile. I can vouch for Hungry Heart Cafe's parsnip soup as an appetite booster. I was expecting a pureed soup with the consistency of baby food. The soup, full of natural parsnip sweetness, had been thoughtfully pulverized, leaving it with several textures. It was liquid in parts, pablum-like too, but the soup also contained firm fragments of parsnip. I like that, as well as the flavor. Unmistakable, but not strong. What's more comforting than hot soup followed by pasta in a cozy restaurant? Well, quite a few things, but if the pasta is Hungry Heart Cafe's lamb tagliatelle, it's still a rewarding conjugation. The pasta itself, which looked and tasted handmade, was tossed in lean pieces of braised lamb, currants, pine nuts, parmesan, and green olives. Finished with a generous sprinkling of garlic breadcrumbs, I don't think this dish could have tasted any better. A woman at a nearby table was heard saying, "This is much better than the bread pudding I make." She looked like somebody who could knock off a wicked bread pudding. After tasting the restaurant's roasted banana and chocolate bread pudding with bourbon sauce, I appreciated her reaction. Hungry Heart Cafe's dessert was spectacular. It was buttery rich and came with, a fanfare would be good here, real whipped cream. Of course, nothing else would have sufficed. All hail the Hungry Heart. Hungry Heart Cafe receives a rating of 3 stars out of 4. Lunch for 2 with tea, tip, and tax costs approximately $70. For reservations, call 738-6164.